Hi guys, it's Story. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be going over my TBR for this year's Reading Rush. This is the third year I will be participating in the Reading Rush. The very first year I vlogged it actually, so I will link all those down below if you want to see them. I wouldn't recommend watching them though, they're pretty cringe-worthy in my opinion. But I almost won that year. I got 6 out of the 7 reading prompts, so I really want to actually win this year. I know there's no actual winning, but it's winning to me, okay? And then last year I actually didn't participate via YouTube. I started participating off camera and then I just completely failed. I barely read, I think I read like 1 book last summer, and I have not had that great of a reading experience this summer either, but readathons usually help me out and I'm banking on this readathon to help me get out of my reading slump. Anyways, let's just go ahead and get into the prompts. By the way, if you don't know what the Reading Rush is, I will leave the YouTube channel and the website down below. It's basically like a booktube wide readathon. It originally was called the Booktubeathon. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like it was basically the first readathon on the book genre of YouTube. So it's a pretty big deal, at least to me. I think it's really fun, so if you've never heard of it before, go ahead and check out their website and their YouTube channel and tag along. I will be obviously saying the reading prompts, so you will get the reading prompts in this video. So the first prompt is to read a book with a cover that matches the color of your birthstone. I love this prompt because I'm all about zodiac signs and birthstones, gemstones, all that fun stuff. And I'm actually filming this on July 4th, and my birthday is exactly a week from today, July 11th. So I really like this because it's actually around the time of my birthday that I'm filming this. And that should tell you that my birthstone is a ruby because I was born in July. So obviously I have to find a book that has a red cover since rubies are red. And these are what I've chosen, and I know they're not necessarily red covers. I don't know if they actually apply. I'm going to count them. This book has a good majority of it red, and then the spine is also red, so I think this applies a little bit more than this book. This one is basically a white cover with a lot of metallic red on it, so I don't really think this book counts, but I'm choosing both of these books for other prompts, so I'm basically just including them in here. So I'm actually gonna wait and just get into them in a second since they are for future prompts. Next one is read a book that starts with the word the. You think this one would be easy because a lot of books start with the word the, but actually a lot of books don't start with the word the, and I didn't have very many, surprisingly. But that is why I chose The Love Interest by Cale Dietrich. Our main character is trying to figure out who the love interest is in her story. The intriguing thing about this book is that 2 boys are after her, so it is a love triangle trope, but I actually really like love triangle tropes unlike most people. And the 2 main boys in this story are both spies. I think you're trying to figure out which spy is like the good spy and which one is the bad, but they're both after the main character, or is only one of them a spy? I don't know. I haven't read the synopsis in a long time. I should have read the synopsis before this video, but I thought it was pretty self-explanatory. Apparently it's not. I've had this book for a long time. I've actually debated on unhauling it before, but as you can see, I got it from Book of the Month at least 2 years ago. I got this book, and so I really want to read it. I feel like the text is pretty big, if you can see that, and it's like 370 pages, so I would preferably like a smaller book, but all of the read books I have are fantasy books, and I am not trying to read fantasy right now. I don't know what's wrong with me, but I guess the only fantasy I'm gonna read this summer is Midnight Sun because I'm just like not feeling fantasy right now. Read a book that inspired a movie you've already seen. So this one is pretty obvious since I just showed it, but I'm gonna be reading Alice's Adventures in Wonderland by Lewis Carroll. This is the Paper Mill Press edition. I think it's absolutely stunning. It is white with this metallic red. All of them are these really pretty colors with these really pretty metallics as the title and just accent color in general. I have shown them in a recent video, my mid-year freak out tag, which I will link down below if you haven't seen that already. But yeah, surprisingly, I have never read Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. One of my favorite booktubers is Haley in Bookland, and so you would have thought I would have already read it by now. She has like literally 50 editions, and obviously the reason I chose this is because it's really short. I have a lot of books that are either movies or TV shows now. As most of you know, I do book versus screen adaptation videos where I will read the book and then I'll watch the TV show or the movie and review both of them them for you guys, so you know whether to not bother with the book or not bother with the TV show, the movie, or enjoy them both. And the reason I chose this one is because I actually want to read those books before I watch the movies or shows. And for this one, I've seen both of Tim Burton's movies, and I've also seen the classic Disney cartoon. So I feel like I know the story pretty well, but I've never actually read it, and I've always wanted to, so that is why I chose this. Oh, by the way, these editions are from Book Outlet. My Book Outlet code is always down below if you want to get $10 off. I know there's a lot of drama with them right now, and I don't really know what happened, but if you don't want to support them, you don't have to support them. If you want to get these, then go ahead and get these. It's completely up to you. The next one is Read the First Book You Touch. So I'm actually going to let my puppy Mava choose this one for me. All right, so welcome to our office slash filming room. The desk is always super messy, as I'm sure all of you see in the background, but here's my largest bookshelf at its glory. And we have Mava's kennel over there. That is my vanity where I do my makeup. And yeah, this is basically where I film. And down here on the floor, we have all of our books set up. So I decided to do a mixture of books I'm already choosing for this readathon and then new books as well. So I have the love interest down here already. I added Looking for Alaska. Alice is down here, and in the French Kiss, and then I also added the Flat Share. So we are going to open the door and see which one Mava chooses. All right, Mavy, are you ready? Come on. Come on. She has no idea what's going on. Oh. You gotta choose a book. Psych. Oh, she chose Alice.
She's like, in another thing.
And that is my diva of a dog, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, she chose Alice, so as we know, I'm already reading Alice for 3 prompts, so now I'm reading it for 4. And now she's eating freaking Anna the French Kiss. Excuse me. No, thank you. Goodbye. Read a book completely outside of your house. So I'm gonna read Alice for this prompt as well. Like I said, it's a really short book. I love reading outside, especially on the weekends. As soon as I wake up, I want to read outside with a cup of coffee. So I'll probably do that a couple times. I'll probably read by the pool. Or of course, we could go to the park with Mava and my boyfriend can walk her while I sit somewhere and read. Either way, I'm gonna figure it out. Read a book in a genre that you've always wanted to read more of. So I'm also going to put Alice as this one again. This isn't cheating, okay? You can do one book for more than 1 prompt. We all know this, and it really helps us slow readers. Okay, don't hate on us. But the reason I picked up all these classics recently is because I don't read classics. I read a couple in high school, but I really don't read them for fun, and I just want to get into them. There's so many classics that I hear people talking about, and I just know they're gonna be epic, but I just never actually sit down and read them. That is why Alice is going to be the winner for this prompt. And then the last prompt is read a book that takes place on a different continent where you live. Continent. I feel like I say that weird. So for this one, I'm choosing a book I have wanted to read for a little bit now, and that is Clap Where You Land by Elizabeth Acevedo. I think you say her last name Acevedo because she's Hispanic. It could be Acevedo, but I'm pretty sure it's Acevedo. I listened to the audiobook during the Owls and just absolutely loved it. I love poetry. I love books that are written in verse now, and I just love her voice. I love listening to her audiobook, so I have wanted to read this since I first found out about it, probably about a month ago, and it'll be available on July 21st, so I have to wait until then. I don't know when the start date is for the the Reading Rush. Forever gonna say Booktubeathon, but this actually takes place in the Dominican Republic. You guys, I just realized that the Dominican Republic is in North America, not South America. I mean, I know it's Central America, but for some reason I assumed it was South America. Dang it! Okay, now I have to go figure out what I'm gonna read for this prompt. All right, I can't decide if I'm going to listen to an audiobook or read a physical book, but for now, I'm gonna go ahead and put Anne and the French Kiss. I'm pretty sure this is set in France, right? Paris, yeah. She goes to Paris. So I'm gonna put this for now because I'm not really sure what books I have that are in other continents. I just knew I really wanted to listen to that audiobook so much that I didn't even realize it's still in North America. Like, duh. Anyways, I'm really in the mood for a contemporary, especially a romantic contemporary, and I think this is only like 300 pages, so I'm gonna go with this one for now. And that is my Reading Rush 2020 TBR. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, of course, if you feel like it, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!